I know what everyone's thinking. Everyone's going, what about the tight ends?
Yeah, what about the tight ends?
You're not alone because Matthew feels the same way. Take a listen.
Yes. All right, we're into tight ends now?
Running backs.
Running backs, okay.
Yeah, close. You had 3 options and you chose one of the wrong ones out of 3.
Well, I'm going off my list here. I'm going off my list.
Let's move over to the quarterbacks. Sorry, Matthew, you got to wait one more for tight ends.
Oh, man.
I know you're just itching to talk tight ends. If you drafted a tight end early, you drink free today because you probably need it.
You need it.
Yep.
We're sorry.
That might be all of us in at least one league.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I mean, listen, I was an advocate for an elite tight end early this year, and that was wrong. And by the way, I wasn't the only one. There were a lot of people out there that advocated the same draft strategy, but I'll own my own stuff.
I like that.
No, but like
everybody else in there.
I've done it in every league. I have Dalton Kincaid, Travis Kelce.
Mark Andrews single-handedly killed 2 of my guillotine leagues. I'm in like 10, so whatever. But like, I single-handedly killed 2 of my guillotine leagues, my teams in guillotine leagues, and we know this. Like, Mark Andrews is one of the biggest killers of guillotine league teams throughout our entire system. Of all the leagues.
He's probably a free agent in ours right now, and nobody picking him up.
And you have $1,000 to work with.
Right, and we'll get there on Mark Andrews, but it's been brutal, and Laporte and McBride are banged up as well. Dalton Kincaid finally gets in the end zone last week, but it's been slow going for him as well. Kyle Pitts on a busted coverage, but he hasn't done anything since week 1. He scored week 1, but it's ugly.
Folks, you should have drafted Brock Bowers in round 9. If you done that, you be sitting okay right now. Yeah. Nothing out there is great.
I like that you said okay.
Thanks.
You be doing, but
thanks for that. That's helpful, Lawrence. Thanks.
I tried.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with Travis Kelce. I mean, there's really no question of keep it open or close it out with Travis Kelce because it's Travis Kelce and this landscape's horrible, Matthew.
Yeah.
But more important, where does he rank for you right now going into the week?
I have him at tight end 7. Here's the positives. If you want some positives on Travis Kelce, I got some positives on Travis Kelce. And by the way, it took me a while to find them because I mean it's been brutal. Like he was part of my DraftKings 3-play, my parlay on Sunday Night Football, and that did not go well. Apologies to everyone that watched Football Night in America and tailed that. He was brutal. He's been under 35 receiving yard in all 3 games. He's had a 14% target share in the season. He's tight end 23 on a points per game basis. The guy that was the consensus 1 or 2 tight end in every fantasy draft. I had him at 2 in the preseason. He's tight end 23 on the season through 3 games. However, if you want some positive, if you want to try to look positively at this, it's not easy, but he does lead the Kansas City Chiefs in routes run. He is 2nd in target. He's playing 85% of the snaps, so he's out there. It's just
unlike Mark Andrews.
Yeah, unlike Mark Andrews. At least he's on the field. At least there's the potential for something to happen with Travis Kelce. It just hasn't happened yet through 3 games. It's not a bad matchup against the Chargers at all. They're bottom 12 in the NFL in terms of most fantasy points allowed to opposing tight ends. Derwin James is not going to play in this game. He's suspended. That helps the matchup as well. And so I have a tight end 7 because here's the other thing. Where else are you going to go? You're going to go to the waiver wire? You're going to hope this is the week for Tyler Conklin? Are you going to pick up Hunter Henry because somebody picked him up last week and then dropped him and grabbed him again?
Brenton Strange.
You're right, exactly.
He caught him a little touchdown.
No, but that's what you're sifting through. You know what I mean? Like Zach Ertz. Like I kind of like Zach Ertz, but it's not. In essence, basically, what you're doing in any league, you're trying to find a touchdown-dependent tight end. And so if you're already there saying like, all right, well, I'm starting a guy that's basically touchdown or bust at the tight end position, why not Travis Kelce, who's got as good a shot at a touchdown as any tight end in the NFL?
Well, and the injuries are a massive factor here. As we showed the top fantasy tight ends, George Kittle leads in points per game. George Kittle's already hurt. He missed week 3. We don't know how long.
He's still, right. I mean, this is all on a points per game basis, but,
McBride's in concussion protocol.
Yeah. Isaiah Likely's living off of week 1, basically. Hunter Henry's living off of week 2.
Dallas Goedert.
Gesicki's living off of week 2 as well.
The Bears just remembered Cole Kmet's on the team.
Yeah.
He didn't help you out week 1 and 2.
Yeah, by the way, it's kind of crazy that, Zach Ertz, who literally just yesterday celebrated his 57th birthday. Happy birthday, Zach Ertz.
It's 56.
Is it? Sorry about
56.
that. Yeah, I should really pay attention to the research. No, in all seriousness, but that was the joke about Zach Ertz. Like, he's going to be the guy till he gets hurt. McBride, Laporta, Andrews is clearly not 100%.
He's playable.
Zach Ertz is the one healthy guy out there. That's the crazy part.
I have Kelce at tight end 7 as
Kittle
well.
hurt, yeah.
And I am going to keep it open. But speaking of Zach Ertz, if I had Zach Ertz this week, I might play him over Travis Kelce. But
Playing Arizona,
right.
Revenge game for Zach Ertz, revenge
boom,
game
there
for
you
Cliff
go.
Kingsbury.
They let him go for Trey McBride. He want that get back. But for Travis Kelce, like you said, what else you gonna do, man? You ain't starting nobody else, man.
Right.
Juwan
Johnson, come on down.
I'm not.
What are we doing?
I don't want that 2 catches for 12 yards and hoping for a touchdown from Juwan Johnson.
I got a feeling about Cade Otton. So what are we doing, America?
Tight ends are getting targeted 7.5 times per game when they go up against the Los Angeles Chargers. So, like, you live with that. Like you say, the positives is hard to find in this situation. Hopefully, Travis Kelce looking angry enough on the sideline with his mustache, although he don't look like Eddie Murphy with his. You take the positives, and he's tight end 7 because there's no one else who's even worth. There's not many people worthy of being ranked higher right now.
Yeah.
Well, let's have the harder
It's-
combo.
yeah.
This is an easy one. You're going to start Travis Kelce. Can you start Mark Andrews anymore?
No.
Considering where you drafted him, is that not crazy?
I'm closing it out. I'm closing it out on Mark Andrews. And the teams that I have that are still alive, thank you, Mark Andrews. Thank you for nothing, for a big fat 0. I don't know. Mark Andrews is a friend of the show. We like Mark Andrews. He's been on the show. He's very personable, very nice. But he's not playing. It's one thing if just the production hadn't been there and you can sort of explain it away with Kelce. At least he's out there. I have no inside information when I say this. This is just me reading the tea leaves. But I have to feel like he's more hurt than the Ravens are letting on. There's no other explanation for the fact that last week he had a 33% snap rate and he ran 6 routes. That's it. He had 6 total routes last week. He's got a 9% target share this season. In 3 games, he's got 8 total targets. Through 3 weeks, he's the 30th best tight end in fantasy on a points per game basis. He's averaging 4.2 fantasy points per game. If I said to you, I got a tight end for you, he's tight end 30, he's averaging 4.2 fantasy points per game. Oh, by the way, he ran 6 routes last week.
Yeah.
How can you start that guy? Take the number and the name off the back of the jersey. There's no way you can start that guy. He's my tight end 14. I might be too high on him.
I was going to say, there was a couple of guys you had behind him that I'd play a couple of those guys.
I got Likely ahead of him, too.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Ravens, Lamar only threw 15 times that game because that's all they needed. But week 1 and 2, he was 74% of the snaps. And then 63%. Last season, he played under 70% of the snaps just one time last season. So 51 of his 65 yards this season is in one game.
If you wanted to start Tyler Conklin over him after last week, if you wanted to start Hunter Henry, thinking there's going to be a bounce back for Hunter Henry, I don't hate it. I get it. Until we see it from the Ravens offense overall, which has been inconsistent this year, until we see it from Mark Andrews, I'm closing it out. I'm closing it out for this week and until further notice. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.